Because if he get back up, I'm gonna think that he got some damn Michael Myers in his blood or something. Cause
let's not talk about Michael Myers.
Look, we not finna talk about that because that must make me mad.
That tranquilizer. Well, it's like supposed to knock him out for at least a couple hours.
They said what? It was supposed to be like 5 hours or something. Wasn't it? It was supposed to be a long period of time, and he woke up after what, like 2?
No, he didn't even go down.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did.
He went
yes,
down.
he did. He did
went
go
down.
down.
He went down.
Because they watched him, and when he went down, they all took a sigh, a breath of relief, and they thought that
at the beginning. He like,
he went down. He limped off, and he went down, and they went to sleep. And when they woke up, he wasn't there.
Yeah.
All right, but yeah, definitely check that Beast movie.
Check it out. Check it out.
It reminds me of our song. I'm gonna play that for you real quick.
Nigga, what?
Yes,
I'm the Terminator nigga. Nigga, what? Glock 60. Yes, I'm the Terminator nigga.
It's Big Barry. You know I got that heat.
Nigga, what? Glock up the chopper, all sorts of niggas. Yes, I'm the Terminator nigga. I
don't
give a
Ain't with that
fuck.
silly shit, niggas get really hit.
Do hit him, then mind your own business, bitch.
Coming through killer shit, ain't no one
The
innocent.
silence extended, cause can't no one hear this shit.
About to get ugly, ain't leaving no
The
witnesses.
Glocks in the 40s, they know that I'm with this
My
shit.
niggas be ignorant.
Nigga, what?
I don't give a fuck.
I do not give a fuck. I do not think they can fuck with us.
Glock, better watch who you trust. They smile in your face and be faking love.
Get hit with the blunderbuss. Glocks, big cannons, and such and such.
Hope for the best, prepare for the worst.
Either way, I do not give a fuck.
Big stuff in my big truck, nigga. Act up and get fucked up, nigga. Whoopty whoop, nigga. Butt, nigga. You a pussy, come and get fucked, nigga. Fuck, nigga. Knife, you a cut, nigga. Bro, when I fight, then I win. Luck, nigga. Nuck if you butt fuck, nigga. Guards up, keep my shitty chin tucked. Silencing you with my Hannibal. Eating you niggas like cannibals. My niggas don't give a fuck. We can be touched, bitch. We intangible. We can be managed. We handle you. Huffing and puffing and damage you. Hit him with the good nigga there. Who nigga what nigga where? Told you I'm insane. Need to put the P in your pain. Now you gotta pull out a dang. Rub on the game. I'ma put the hot to the heat. Then I make it bang, bang, bang. I'ma aim at your brain. Watch your body leap, make the blood rain. Finish with the ghost with my champagne. Yeah, she
I
can remember
don't
the
give
name.
a what?
Ain't with that silly shit, niggas get really hit.
Do hit him, then mind your own business, bitch.
Coming through killer shit, ain't no one innocent.
Silence extended, cause can't no one hear this shit.
About to get ugly, ain't leaving no
The
witnesses.
Glocks in the 40s, they know that I'm with this
My
shit.
niggas be ignorant.
Nigga, what?
I don't give a fuck.
Really? I do not give a fuck. These niggas just mad, they looking up.
These niggas, they can compare to us. My circle is tight and they squares to us.
Get the yellow tape, they don't measure up. They aliens, I'm the predator.
Glock up the chopper, all sorts of niggas. I'm the Terminator nigga. Nigga, what is you talking about? Careful the words coming out your mouth. Drug out that car or out your house. 60, I told them it's 60. 60 bullets that flow like a frisbee. Miss me, swerve, hit the curb, I'm on Peachtree. I hit the gang, they know where to meet me. I can come deep, but just me. Either way, I do not give a fuck, test me. I got a suggestion, yeah. Nigga, quit talking, get slept in hand. You gotta say it with your chest and head. But rest assured, the rest is dead. And just a letter, busted head and no one fled. Nigga, what? You heard what the fuck that I said. 230s is almost 230. Hurry, I told him get hit with the flurry. Curry, Jersey, pair with the choker, it's shining up pearly. Don't touch me, you dirty. Sober some jerkins, I swear it ain't working. One thing's for sure, two things for certain. Nigga, what? I don't give a fuck.
Ain't with that silly shit, niggas get really hit.
Do hit him, then mind your own business, bitch.
Coming through killer shit, ain't no one innocent.
Silence extended, cause can't no one hear this shit.
About to get ugly, ain't leaving no witnesses.
Glocks in the
Buddha.
Oh, okay. So for our next topic of discussion, we are going to give a brief moment to discuss the most recent the most recent shooting in Raleigh. As we all know, this happened literally like a couple of days ago. It's a pretty big deal for a couple of reasons. This is actually, as you know, the second shooting to happen in a span of about 2 months. You know, we recently, about 2 months ago, had the K-9 officer that was shot and killed on duty. So we're still going through, and a lot of people are still processing that, and then to turn around and have another officer. There was one of the victims that was shot and killed was an officer who was off duty. He was actually on his way to work. So it's a pretty big deal. There's not a whole lot of concrete information regarding the shooter himself.
He was 15, right?
From the research I did, there was a consensus that it is a 15-year-old boy.
I want to know why a 15-year-old boy had access to a gun.
It was his parents' gun.
Yeah, probably.
Went and grabbed daddy's gun and,
It was a 15-year-old boy. They do believe that one of the first people that he killed was actually his 16-year-old brother. He was a junior at Nightdale High School.
Oh, no.
They didn't really do a whole lot of discussion on him, I'm assuming, because he is a minor.
Yeah.
But yes, I'm pretty sure the first victim he killed was his own brother, 16 years old.
Was this while he was walking a trail or something?
So I think what happens is it actually started at his house. I think he actually shot his own brother at his house, and then he walked outside, he opened fire, shot 2 more people, took off running,
So just in the neighborhood.
The whole situation happened over a 2-mile radius. Eventually, I believe they ended up calling a K-9 unit who had found him. One of the articles, like I said, there's a lot of conflicting information, and there's not anything that's particularly concrete in regards to him or his brother or the family in general. But they said a K-9 unit had found him. He had barricaded himself in a shed of some sort, and right now he's in critical condition. I don't know if he was shot during the whole police trying to get him or if it was self-inflicted. One of the articles I did find, I've only found one that did mention it was self-inflicted. I would not be surprised if it was self-inflicted because he was probably trying to get out of having to face consequences for his actions.
Well, they usually tend to, people who do things like that, they do tend to kill themselves afterwards. So that seems to be a pattern.
It is the easiest way to get out of having to actually face the consequences of your actions.
The shooting in Connecticut, that guy literally shot himself at the end after shooting all those kids.
People do murder-suicides all the time where they shoot their own wives and children and then turn the gun on themselves. Sadly, it is a normal thing.
Oh, yeah, that happened 2 years ago in the parking lot of a Food Line I worked at. It's actually really sad.
And honestly, it says a lot about the family and the child themselves. I have been wrapped up in feelings of being angry and upset for him to do such a thing. But I do have to say I do have some sadness for him because I'd like to know what exactly pushed him to do something like this. How many times had he made some sort of call for attention to get someone to help him or pay attention to him or listen to him and he was ignored? I mean, at 15 years old, I can't imagine it's all his fault. He 110% chose to come out and do this. I feel like at some point he was looking for attention and he was looking for help and he was looking for someone to listen and he didn't get it. And so what did he do? He acted out the way that most spoiled, entitled children do.
Yeah, I agree with that. But then also there's the other, thing that it could have been more of a, some people just lack, their brain is physically built differently, and so they lack sympathy for other people. They don't understand consequences or anything like that, and they're kind of troubled with fantasies that the average person doesn't have, because I think it was something like the amygdala in the brain is like way smaller than it should be, and like they process things differently. So like he also could have had like maybe a just not nobody's family's normal, but kind of normalish upbringing, but may have just been sick and needed like attention in that area of like, hey, my brain doesn't it's not working right.
And I agree with that. Like, I'm not excusing what he did, but I've worked with many mental health patients, and I've seen people say like they did this to their sibling or something and had no idea that they even did that.
And that's what I'm saying, like, how many times, not necessarily saying like he went to his parents, but just in general, did he make some sort of fuss or commotion or make a scene for someone to pay attention to him to see this kid needs help? And how many times was he ignored? How many times did he overlook it? I mean, look at ADHD in grown women. A lot of women do not get diagnosed for ADHD until they're much older, because a lot of the time our symptoms show differently in women than men. So how, what is the possibility that he was showing signs that there was some sort of unrest or some sort of problem, and no one bothered to pay attention because he looked like a functioning regular person on the outside?
Yeah.
What race did he come from?
He's a boy.
Oh.
And I think we need to look into that a little bit more too, because like as a biracial person, how some white families can be, and in that we all just sit around and pretend like there are no issues. If there are issues, it's not going to come up. If one of your family members is a drug addict and it's Thanksgiving, we're all going to pretend like
we're one big happy family. And that's why I said, I mean, And for all we know, there could have been no reason. He could have just been this horrible freaking person. But right now, I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt.
That was more just stemming from like watching that whole Jeffrey Dahmer, and it seemed like he never showed any sign. He seemed normal, just kind of to himself. But then it just at the end of the day, it was like
surprise. He's very much not.
I grew up Mexican, so my parents really didn't believe in like mental health. So like,
I understand
that whole thing is like
a lot of African American parents don't have that same issue. They don't really believe that mental health is an issue. A lot of the time you'll have a lot of older, black people be like, oh, well, that wasn't a problem back in my day. So yes, that's not, that goes,